guys, Tony McGeekly Games, and today we got another deck profile here, you guys. We got the BT-14 Angemon deck. We don't know if we're going to have his title as strictly Angemon because it is an Angemon themed, going into Seraphimon, of course. We do have Goldgemon here, of course, but we'll figure it out when that comes around. But it was mainly Angemon focus with its whole lineup, except for Patamon right here. We'll talk about that in a little bit. We do have 3 cards over here. That is the Omnimon Versatile mode, this Seraphimon right here, and we have Shadow Seraphimon as options for this deck. We'll get into it in a little bit. But for up until this physical training, that is the 50 card lineup. And of course, this deck list will be in the link, of course, too, so you can see this as is. But before we talk about the rest of the deck profile, be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you're a new, hello. If you're an existing viewer, hello and welcome back. And without further ado, let's talk about our eggs. We got Tokomon right here. The only egg we'll pretty want to run. There are other Tokomons out there, even the X-Antibody version too. But this one allows you to draw cards, which, you know, I like that better than, you know, giving 1,000 DP to something, you know, blah, 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 blah. Drawing cards is really good for this deck, and you can also manipulate the cards in your hand to put in your security. So this deck has a lot of power doing that. So that's our eggs right there. Going into our rookies, we got the Patamon right here. It has on play, reveal top 3 cards of your deck. You may add 1 yellow card with the vaccine trait and 1 yellow tamer from one of them, put the rest in your hand. Not the hand. Back to the deck in any order. Obviously at the bottom. Has an inheritable when attacking. If there are 6 or fewer total cards in both players' security, one of your opponent's Digimon gains negative 2,000 for the turn. More often than not, your opponent's going to have less security because you're going to be doing a lot of recovering. So if you got 6 and your opponent's got nothing, you know, that's negative 2,000 there, or you're tied for 3 and 3, you go ahead and use this ability as well. But this ability most likely will not go off on and on, but we're just going to be doing its on-play effect to look at stuff, and everything's vaccine. So you're gonna find something with this in any of our 6 Tamers. Then we got the new Patamon right here. Start at your main phase. You may look at your security stack. This Digimon may digivolve into a yellow card with vaccine nitrate without the cost. Then shuffle your security. If you have Digivolve with this effect, you may place 1 card in your hand with vaccine at the bottom of your security stack. So it is a recovery right there without even saying it. Well, it says it, but that's a recovery. Has an inheritable when a card is added to security, gain 1 memory. We have a lot of this going around, so we do have a lot of memory gain. All of our level 4s are Angemon. We got Leos right here, but you're going to be wanting to evo into one of these guys. I mean, we could do Leomon if we really need to, but got a security effect. We kind of want to keep them in there, but so you're going to be looking for your level 4s right here, these guys. And then we got Patamon. This guy is really here because players can't play Digimon by effects. There's Deep Brigade, there's Friend Lugermon, other decks I could think of, Mastamon. We're not going to go too far yet, but those are the big 3. Rail Knights is another one, because that is always viable going forward. So we have this card right here that just says no. So it also kind of doesn't really affect us, other than the Goldgemon, I believe, because this guy spits out tokens and it's by an effect. So Patamon may be able to stop that, but, you know, at that point in time, you know, you can just suicide, bring this guy out, and then play another Patamon. We got these Angemons right here. There are a buttload of Angemons out there, but this one, even though it's blue, has a really sick, when this Digimon would Digivolve, if you have 3 or less security, recover 1. So this effect is when this level 4 is going to a level 5. That's when you can recover. And it's on your turn. So don't think you can just go right into Ace on their turn and recover 2. It's not going to work that way. I don't know why that happened. It came out like that way, but we're going to pretend that didn't happen. Also has a when attacking effect, if you have 3 or more security cards in your deck, on your security deck, return one of your opponent's level 3 Digimon to their own hand. So we can bounce pesky little level 3s if we really need to. Like memory chokers, for example, because we have a lot of Digimon inheritables to gain us memory. So like Gazimons or anything out there that can prevent us from gaining memory, this guy can just go, get out of here. So that's that Angemon. The main Angemon we're playing is the BT-14 secret looking one. Has a specific Digivolve 2 from Patamon, otherwise B for 3. So a Patamon going to this will be for 3 memory. Or if our Patamon, it's definitely going for 2. But with our Patamon, we're going to be looking to do this for free. So as when attacking, it has 2 abilities. One of them is place one of your opponent's Digimon with the virus type at the bottom of the security. You can say goodnight to any player playing Machine Dramon. Anyone playing Machine Dramon goes against this deck, they're going to wish they played something else. Because literally you can send this level 4 and just take it away. There's nothing in that stack can do anything to prevent it for whatever. So they can give you a buttload of memory, play this, and swing with it. You know, obviously when you're breeding out whatever, and just put it away. Nothing you can do. Or you can just get some negative 5,000. There's that. But there are a lot of decks out there right now that have the virus type. Just ask your opponent, does it have virus in its traits? Yes. Well, then there you go. Then they're going to, oh crap. And then it has an on-deletion effect. On its main self, place this card at the bottom of your security stack. Then, if you have a Tamer, you may in your breeding area. You may in your breeding area. That doesn't make any sense. You may hatch. I'm reading down here, and there's no hatch. It's up here. I have the little tiny white dots. So you can hatch from the breeding area. Don't pay attention to my little fumble down here. This is actually saying it doesn't have hatch. Inheritable on deletion. Place one yellow card with a vaccine trait from your hand at the bottom of the security stack. So when your your bigger stack gets deleted, whatever, you have the inheritable, which is this guy's main on deletion effect too. You can just recover, which is really, really nice. Going down to the Leomons is basically a security effect to end the battle. If you have 3 or less security, recover 1. Very, very annoying for your opponent. Magna Angie Ace. We are moving away from the on-play Magna for a cost of 7 to recover 1. We can just play this for 4 if we really needed to go right into our level 6s. Or we can cheat this in with the hand counter, which is really, really funny because when they're swinging in whatever, you can hand trap, play this down, recover 1, you got 6 security, give negative 6,000, boom, kill the Digimon that's already attacking. Or if they're swinging into your level 4 stack, you can go into this, give it negative 6,000 at the max you can do, and it dies swinging into this. How funny is that? I've done this multiple times in pre-release, and it's infuriating, so it is what it is. If you're still doing pre-releases anywhere you're doing whatever, if you get this card, play with it. Yes, the overflow mechanic does kind of suck, but if you're doing just the BT-14 set, there isn't a whole lot of options that, can just outright kill your Digimon. So, but yeah, Ace mechanic broken. So on play, when Digivolve, you have 5 less security, recover. That's it. And then when your opponent gets negative 1,000 for every card in your security. Very, very busted. And then we're playing the EX1 Magna Angie. It's just the best one I can find. There are other ones out there, but this is the better one. When attacking, if you have 3 or more security, this Digimon gains plus 4,000 to the end of your opponent's turn. So this card's swinging in 11k. 7, I'm counting my fingers because I'm just that dumb. It is 11k. I'm just making sure. It then has your turn once per turn. The cards added to security stack, gain 1 memory. Basically, we're really actually playing for the inheritable here. But yeah, that's that. You can swing with this, and it's a pseudo boss monster. Then we got our Seraphis right here. When Digivolving, just straight up recover 1. There's a lot of Seraphis that just do this too, but it has an all turns effect once per turn. When a card is added to your security stack, one of your opponent's Digimon gains negative 7,000, and this Digimon gains security plus 1. Very, 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 very good. That's what we do have the, if you do not like this Seraphi, we do have this Seraphimon right here. You still trigger the, when Digivolving recover 1, but if you got 3 or more security, this card is already just doing that. It is at 10,000 DP though, so it is on the weaker side, but, you'll always get that, if you can't add something to your security for some reason, you're always going to have that plus 1 security unless you have 3 or more. So there's that right there. Then we got Angemon. On play when Digivolving, you may play the Crimson Flame token and the the Blue Thunder, which is basically his fist. And one's got Rush and one's got Blocker, and they're both at 6,000 DP. Again, there is no play cost to them, so or level. There's no level to them, by the way. It's not like Neoboromon with their a play cost 14, level 6, 3,000 DP Neoboromon. These have no play cost. They have no basically level, so any level deletion or play cost deletion should just go right through these and unaffect them. Here's the tricky part, and a lot of people kind of get confused about this. It has an all turns. When this Digimon would Digivolve or leave the battle area, delete all of your Crimson Flame and Blue Thunder tokens. If this effect deletes them, it should say deletes them rather than this effect deletes, recover one. So you have to have at least one of these tokens on the field. If you don't have any of these tokens on the field and this guy either leaves the field or digivolves, you don't recover. It's pretty cut and dry right there. But this right here should just, delete them. It would be more simple, but we can't translate. Neither can I either. So that's that card. So that's it for our Digimon right here. We're going to our Tamers and options. We're playing 4 of the new TK right here. We want to be playing more of this than the other DK. Has an on-play effect by adding the top card of security to your hand, which is basically what the old DK does. But we may be able to place one card in our hand with Vaccine from our hand to the bottom of the security so we can rig it. And we gain a memory once we do that. So when we're playing this down, we have a Patamon in the raising area, and we threw in this Angemon. We now could just push up and Digivolve this Angie. Also with Mass Day, we're going to be playing with this card as well, because there are some vaccine cards, like Gatomon I think is a vaccine. I think, when we get to that video. So you can rig those in and get a free Evo with the Gatomon. But we're not going to hear talk about Mass Day, we're talking about Angie. So there's that in the future, just keep that in mind. And then we have old TK right here, basically is our memory setter. And on play, we'll look at our whole security and just take a card and recover. So we get to take what we actually need in there. Maybe like any of our options or our level 6s that are in there that don't want to be there, but we definitely need it. This card's gonna find us. Our entire deck is yellow, so we're gonna be covering one every time. We do have the Angemon versatile mode here, so we'll get to this guy in a later, but he is part of the 3 cards that are not in the deck, but we'll get to that in a minute. Messenger of Hope. It's a 1 cost. This is definitely Angemon related. Look at your security stack. One of your Digimon may digivolve into a level 6 or lower card. So we can also keep a couple of level 6s in there too. We don't need a whole lot of them. A level 6 or lower card with vaccine straight without paying the cost. So basically, it's a 1 Evo cost for your Digimon because you have to pay this cost, of course. Then shuffle your security stack. If your Digimon digivolve this way, and you have a TK on the field, recover 1. So if you don't have TK out, you don't recover, unfortunately. But when you want to use this, you definitely want to have your Tamers out. Then security effect, you may play 1 Patamon from your hand or trash without paying the cost. Then add this card to your hand. Excuse me, very, very good. So there is another Patamon I should have had down here too. It is from the EX3. That one has an on-play effect. You can look for Angel, Archangel, Fallen Angel, all that stuff too. So you can play that if you don't want to play with 4 of these Pillamons. You can play with 2 of the other Patamons, of course. It's a search effect. Doesn't find you Tamers, of course. Just find your Digimon. Then we got Heaven's Knuckle. Activate one of the following effects. One of your opponent's Digimon gains negative 6,000 for a turn, or by deleting one of your Angemon, place one of your opponent's Digimon at the bottom of the security stack. So this is another, they don't have a virus type on the field, but you definitely have this. You can just pop this Angie right here, bottom deck whatever they got going on over there, and then recover this. Very, very, very good. And then we got some physical training. We don't need the Memboost anymore. Memboost does find us 4 cards, and we can pick 1 yellow Digimon, but this one we can reveal the top 2 cards deck and add 1 yellow card from among them. We can add whatever we want, bottom of the rest. Trash effect, we get to reduce the evolution cost by 2. Very, very nice. Also, you can't stack these if you get 2 in the same time, so basically you can do 1 at a time and go up the stack. But that is basically our entire deck profile right here. The 3, we just talked about Seraphimon here if you want this Seraphimon versus the new one. We have the Merciful mode right here. Originally, there's only 2 Goldramon, and then this card. I just put in the 3rd Goldramon because you can be a little aggro and just, pop out 3. You can pop, 2 dudes on the field. One of them can swing for a game if you really want to. But with Merciful mode right here, it is a 6 cost to Evil on a yellow Digimon. And we get for each card with Mega in its traits in its evolution, delete one of your opponent's Digimon. Then place 10 cards from their trash to the bottom of security. I can add this back in because Fenrir Lugumon is a thing, and taking 10 cards from their trash literally messes up their day. It's also a vaccine too, so we can find this. Messenger of Hope won't be able to do that though, because it's only 6 or lower. But if this is in your security stack, guess what? You can take it out of there and put it in your hand. You definitely don't want to do that with this TK though, because this is, God forbid, your last card. Well, you take it, you have no security left. Then at the start of your turn, trash top card of this Digimon. If you do, trash top card of your security stack, of your opponent's security stack. I don't know if this is a May, but it just says trash top if you do. I think you might be able to keep it on here. I don't really know. I don't really play with this card. I never actually have, but I've seen people do it. They just immediately do it. I don't know if it's like you have to, or you can keep it there and just not use that effect, but I could be very, very wrong. But if someone knows and is watching this video, please let them know in the comments below if it is a mandatory thing or you don't have to, because I would actually like to know that, because if you don't actually have to, then I'm definitely teching this in. But that is one viable option you can do. And then we have the Shadow Seraphimon right here. So if you don't want to play the Goldgemons and you play with this, it is a virus, by the way, obviously, because it's the Shadow version of Seraphi. So you'll never be able to do anything in the security with this, whatever. But you can pick it, you pick any yellow card, whatever. You can definitely take this with a bigger TKs, or if you draw into it. But it has opponent's turn. When a card is removed from your security stack, Digivolve. So they can also not attack if they trigger something for you to take the top. Like, let's say they have to hit the security. I don't know what I'm talking about. Like, the best combo with this card right here is if they hit secure this, they hit this, remove one, then you do this, remove another card, Digivolve again on their turn. So it's this TK. I was talking about the wrong TK. So if they hit this TK right here, you can get another Digivolution on something else. So one swing, it Digivolve twice. Very, very powerful. Has an on deletion effect, recover one. And then for every card you have in security, give one of your opponents negative 4,000. So it's an immediate delete. So it's something you can use in here definitely, but it is a virus and it kind of goes against what this deck does. But you can tech it in there. But this will be the deck for Angie BT-14. I still don't know in the making of this video whether I'm going to name it this or just keep it Angemon. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't done so already, like I said in the beginning. What other cards would be really, really good in this deck? What other level, if it's, we have any other level 7s that we can go into that are yellow, that would make this deck even better. Definitely want to find out if this is a mandatory thing or a non-mandatory. It's up to you if you want to do that. That would be great to know. And, yeah, we'll make this deck better. But, again, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video.